Have you ever wondered if a boundary that you tried to create in a relationship was an ethical boundary or if it was controlling behavior in disguise? I've heard a lot of confusion around boundaries, and people often say that if they're having a painful emotion, then what they need is a boundary. But depending on how you create them and what you base them on, some boundaries are ethical and other boundaries are really controlling or coercive behavior masquerading as a boundary. When this happens, it means that we have our own growth work to do, and we need to do that growth work rather than to try to make and enforce a boundary on somebody else that's actually not an ethical boundary. I created something called the Personal Responsibility Flowchart to help you answer these questions. But before we can use it, we need to have an understanding of basic human rights. These rights don't just apply to romantic or sexual relationships. They apply to any kind of relationship between adults, such as coworkers, friends, and also other relatives. All of this is discussed in great detail in my book, Cultivating Connection, a practical guide for personal and relationship growth and ethical non-monogamy. I came up with this list of 13 rights when in a relationship based on what I know as a mental health professional that will either cause harm to the relationship or harm or trauma to the individual if these rights are violated. So if you want to read about all the 13 rights, you can go to my Substack. But for now, a few of them are: we have the right to full bodily and sexual autonomy. We have the right to control our assets and money. We have the right to be spoken to respectfully and treated with dignity. And we have the right to be given the information we need with which to engage in informed consent. So if you'd like to learn more, check out my Substack. And if you really want to do a deep dive into the topic, you can purchase my book, Cultivating Connection, from my website or from Amazon.